y'all, welcome back. Today is gonna be my review of episode 2 of Real Housewives of Potomac. So yeah, let's just get into this review. Okay, so we pick up in the middle of Mia and Gisele's conversation. But side note, has anyone else noticed that we don't have any taglines for this season yet? So are they gonna give those to us in the middle of the season, or are they not gonna have any? Like, what's going on with that? But anyway, Jacqueline decides to interject and speak up on behalf of Mia, and Wendy is just like, who this?
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. Who's this?
That was so funny. So then Robin and Gisele, they call everybody out. They like, nope, y'all not blaming just us. Everybody was talking about Wendy. And when they played the flashback, everybody was talking about Mia, with the exception of Karen. Karen was actually defending her. So then Cherie shows up, interrupts the convo. Her and Karen appear to be cordial, which we know is not the case. And we'll find that out a little bit later in the episode. I'll get to that later. They agreed to catch up, and you know, we know how that went. Then Katie shows up. I am super, super excited to see Katie. And so is Ray. Ashley and Candiace are getting along. Like, everybody seems to be keeping it cute, except Gisele. She decides to take Katie over to see Ray, knowing that Ray has a crush on her.
If your husband was attracted to one lady in your friend group, who would it be?
Oh.
And Katie grabbed his butt. Like, girl, why would you do that? But Ray was tickled, honey.
Ray over there. Oh, stop it.
So then Karen gives a speech. Now, the speech was very shady. I'm not sure where she was trying to go with that. I'm not really sure who exactly she was directed it to. The way she was reading it off her phone, like, she had the phone all the way out here. Like, Karen, I can't, girl, I can't with you. So that's the end of that event. Then we moved to Ashley meeting with one of her friends, Deborah. Now, Miss Debbie was grilling Ashley, okay? She was playing 21 questions. She was just asking Ashley all types of things. And in the midst of those questions, Ashley actually admits she thinks that Michael will immediately move on to someone else the moment she moves out of the house. And I mean, I don't disagree with you there. So then Robin and Gisele meet up, and before they get into anything, Robin is gonna call Gisele out about this tea that she spilled last week, telling the girls that Juan was not on the lease. So Gisele admits that, you know, she's wrong and everything, but I mean, the damage is done. Like, everybody knows at this point, what is your little sorry gonna do? She also tells her that she was wrong for the situation with Mia and how she just completely bombarded her once she got to the event with the cancer questions. So Gisele admits that she was wrong about that as well, and she sends Mia a text, you know, somewhat taking accountability, and Mia wasn't here for it. Then they talk about Chris sliding in Ashley's DMs. Robin is trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, saying that he was just responding to a story. You know, it's not that deep. It's not like he just messaged her out of nowhere. She posted a story and he responded to it. But the issue was, or the questionable thing about it, I guess, was the fact that it was at 2:42 a.m. And I'm assuming that made Ashley feel uncomfortable. Gisele then states that she has also been feeling uncomfortable with Chris and him sliding in her DMs ever since the last reunion. Now, this is why I said what I said in the last review. And Candace and Chris arrive, and there is this really awkward tension between Chris, Candace, and Gisele. And I'm trying to figure out if this is before or after the alleged incident where Chris made her feel uncomfortable, because she looked real comfortable speaking to him to me. Because when she saw him at Karen's events, after all of these situations have happened that have supposedly made her feel uncomfortable, she still spoke to him. She didn't seem uncomfortable. So that's why I was questioning that. So it appears that Gisele is just on some BS and Robin is actually being the voice of reason. Now we move to Mia and Gordon. They're having, I guess, lunch or whatever time of the day it is. They're at a restaurant having food together, and they're talking about this chiropractic business that Mia is a part of. And again, it's just crazy to see her talking about this, knowing how this is going currently. If you're keeping up with the current situation, then you would know that she has been locked out of the business, I guess, and she no longer has access to the funds. The family has completely blocked her out of the business. So it's just interesting to see how her entire storyline is turning out in real life. Jacqueline shows up, and Mia states that her and Gordon have an odd relationship. Well, I found it odd. She didn't say it was odd, but I found it odd. She said that she's pretty much his other wife, I guess minus the intimacy. So anyway, they decide to talk about Karen's event, and Jacqueline is clearly not feeling Gisele nor Karen, and she thinks that Karen is playing both sides. And again, if you have been keeping up with the current news, you would know that Jacqueline and Mia are not friends currently. So this is just really interesting to me. But again, like I said in my last review, I may have also been right about this possibly being the reason that Karen and Mia fall out. And I'm wondering if this is where the tension between Karen and Mia starts. There is going to be some tension between the two of them. I remember seeing that a while ago. So I wonder if this is where it started. Because we do know they get into it a little bit this season, and it could have possibly stemmed from Gisele being messy and trying to make it seem like Karen was talking about Mia, and she really wasn't. But now we know, in addition to that, Jacqueline is also putting the bug in her ear. So, well. So Ashley and Candace meet up because Ashley wants to tell Candace about this uncomfortable situation from Chris. She's not trying to be as messy as she usually is by pulling her to the side, but I still feel like making a big deal out of nothing is still kind of messy. But okay, Ashley, you're growing, I guess. When she tells Candace this information, Candace is like, Chris who? My husband Chris? And she tries to explain that Chris did that to bring business to his restaurant, which makes sense. So Ashley is having her little dance class. She invites everybody, and Karen decides not to show up. Now, Karen and Charisse appear to be cordial at Karen's event, but she doesn't show up to this event, and the ladies believe it's because Charisse has some tea on Karen, and she don't want that to come out. I wonder what this tea is. When Karen is not feeling you, or she don't want to be around you, she's just not gonna be around. She kind of did the same thing with Wendy when she first got on the show. You can pretty much tell when Karen doesn't care for somebody. It's something there between her and Charisse, no matter how cordial they're trying to act. So Gisele calls Ashley out for buying a house with Michael in the midst of a divorce. Ashley states that, they're friendly, they're in a good place, so she doesn't feel completely done with him yet. But she also admits that she cannot afford the house the size that she wants without Michael's help. Which is what I said in my last review. So then Ashley proceeds to tell them that she found a house already for them to have under this LLC. And I'm trying to figure out, is this Ashley's way of not paying for a house? Of I guess basically having Michael still pay her bills because she's never done that. I don't understand the motive. But in the way she was talking, it was kind of making it seem like she wasn't all the way done with Michael. So I'm trying to figure out, is this divorce just for a storyline? So they start the dance class finally. Candiace comes in, Mia walks in, Wendy walks in. I done forgot all about Wendy. They didn't show nothing of Wendy this whole episode. We didn't see Wendy until the last 5 minutes. I don't even know what her story is supposed to be this season. What's going on? Why are we not seeing Wendy? So everybody's just showing up and showing out in this dance class. Everybody did good in my opinion. Everything is over. And now Gisele wants to have her moment with Candace to tell her about Chris making her feel uncomfortable. This is the second time Candace is hearing this over the span of a few days. So it's just looking messy to me. Because these situations aren't even this serious to be having conversations. When Gisele describes what made her uncomfortable, it was like, girl, it doesn't, you're reaching, darling. She said, so Chris wanted to meet up well, Chris wanted to have a talk with her in her dressing room, and there's usually people in the dressing room, but he knew that there was no one in the room because he said bye to her hairdresser. And, like, did you stretch? Did you stretch before that reach? So Candiace is just not buying it because it just doesn't make any sense. And she's pretty much like, oh, okay, so this is a scandal of the season, okay? This what we doing. It's my turn now. Okay, all right, got it. Candiace rightfully gets up and leaves and gets upset. Now, what I don't agree with is the fact that Michael caught a stray bully.
It's going to be about maligning my husband. You don't want me here. Michael Darby is available for that. The ass-grabbing motherfucker that likes to actually make people feel uncomfortable. He's available for that, not my husband.
Because what Michael done did? Maybe she was just feeling some type of way about both Ashley and Gisele because she's realizing what they're doing now. But Michael, what Michael do?
Now why am I in it?
And you could have did it.
See how I get wrong
because you never apologized.
And that's where it ends. Oh, overall, the episode was good. I just don't want this whole Chris thing and Mia's cancer to be the focus, like the center of the season. I know they'll focus on it some more. But I just hope that this doesn't linger on throughout the entire season because it's not that serious. We got an extra 15 minutes again. So is this going to be a thing, or is it just going to be a little extra 15 for every episode? Overall, I thought the episode was pretty good. But those were my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Leave them down below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.